And so
Yeah.
what are the threads, you know, what are the metaphorical threads in your life that you weave?
Wow.
Mm.
That was also really, really wonderful to think about that. Really, I think the stitches that I start with for sure are family and garden, nature. So for me, those are really constants, and they're essential. They are ever present, and so there are so many things in life that might change. And family, whether living or dead, is is fixed. So to have things that are fixed, and then again to have the other primary thread be nature, which says in every moment nothing is fixed. That seems to be such a good, for me, it's very helpful. Whatever's happening, I can go to one or to the other. And there is, in some ways, almost a contradiction or a tension between those two. That something will always be, never changes, and the other that it will in every moment be different. And so I love that constellation work and those two particular foundational threads that weave together, um, that those really are uh, kind of a mentor for being comfortable with paradox. That when you were speaking about the more expanded inclusion of metaphor, so for one person in your group, it may be a metaphor for one person in the group. It may be only reality, and for someone else, they're able to merge the two. So, so to know that paradox, those two fibers exist within my heart simultaneously, and there's a paradox in that. And my multiculturalism is a paradox, and they both exist within this body. And so, to find a place where two divergent fields, two very opposing fields in some way historically, have really a good home is, I think, a good teacher. It really has me in a very personal, very experiential way believe that if people have opposing forces in their life that they seem not to be able to reconcile, my whole body, my whole knowing is an experience that says many things can be reconciled and really very functional in a way that you might not expect right now. But if you really feel drawn to this and you really feel drawn to this, and they seem to be in total conflict, it may not be the only way of looking at it. So I love the paradox that's invited by the primary threads, I guess, in my life. So yeah, and there's so many others. I just I would be making some piece of cloth or basketry forever and ever and ever if I were to think about all of them. But I love being able to think of it like that.